All right, hey everyone. This is the second episode of March Chadness. Thanks for tuning in. I am your co-host, Chad Rink. Follow me on the X at Chad Ocho Rinko. To my right, I'm looking at him, but he might be on the left when you guys are looking at it. Whatever. It's my brother, Nate. You can follow him on X as well at NateLifter23. So, Nate, how are you tonight?
Bears win. Another Bears win.
Yeah, exactly. We'll take it. It was not pretty. It was against Mason Rudolph. No one got hit in the head with the helmet, so it was a good there too. So I'll take any Bears win at this point, and if we can go 500 the rest of the way, it gives us 11 wins. I think we're in the playoffs.
We got 6 games. Let's win 3 or 4 of them.
Exactly. So, all right. So what we'll do tonight, just like the last format, we'll talk a little bit of college basketball here at the beginning. We will take a break, and then we'll hit our brackets. Spoiler alert, it's not what we said it was going to be on our first episode. So, again, thanks for tuning in. We had about 100 views so far in our first episode with the sitcom bracket of lyrics. We'll talk about some stuff that we missed as well. But let's hit college basketball. So I know, Nate, you took some notes this week of the games that happened, just especially with our picks for the Final Four. So why don't you go ahead and share some of that with our listeners?
Yeah, so, Purdue did struggle a little with Memphis, but they got another 30-point win. They look great. Arizona has now beaten 3 top 15 teams. So these are mine: Purdue, Arizona. Michigan State beat UK, Louisville. Louisville won over UC. And yours, UK did lose to Michigan State. Duke, they won by 58 to Niagara. The Boozer boys look really good. They've got a lot of height on that team. I think they said I think I heard on the Kansas game that their shortest guy's like 6'4". They have so much height. They're going to be hard to beat. UConn did lose to Arizona, which you had, and I have Arizona, and Michigan won big. So out of our 8 picks, 6 of them are in the top 7. So I think we can officially change the podcast name to We Know Ball.
We know ball early on because no one's really played anybody. This was the first week, I think, really there was quite a few top 25 matchups. You and I going head-to-head, you won, I think, all of those. Yes. And then just look at, nothing's really changed too much. I'm looking at the AP 25. You got Purdue, Houston, UConn, Arizona, and then Duke top 5. You had one spot switch between a couple. The biggest mover
I think UK and Michigan State will kind of move.
Yes. And then if you look, Louisville made the biggest jump. They moved 6 spots from the previous week's top AP. You had BYU that's up there 3-1. They went down 3. Alabama's been down 3. Florida kind of stayed the same. UK is 12th. Gonzaga did move up 6 in there as well. Michigan State sitting at 17th right now, but I think if they keep winning and they start rolling in the Big Ten, they'd be a top 10 team as well. So again, I think it's still kind of too early, but it's good to see some of these teams playing some teams. I know that Michigan State game, it was an interesting game because Kentucky, with about 13 minutes left, had a 1-point lead, and then they couldn't hit anything. And then Michigan State, I think, went on an 18-2 run in the middle of that first half, and then it kind of that set the stage for that game, and they just kind of played even the rest of the way. So Purdue is looking good as well. Again, we talked about Houston. I think Houston's always going to bring the defense. It's just will that offense kind of be there with them losing a couple of the pieces last year. They're in the weakest conference of all the teams that we're kind of talking about. So Michigan is another surprise, I think, too, at 7 because they lost some guys. So, but I don't think they've played anybody either. So I think I'm still I'm not moving off any of my Final Four. I think it's too early to do that. I think you're with me on that as well, correct?
100%.
Yeah. So now we're going to look. What I decided to do is what we can do is look at one team. We'll kind of look at one team that's not really a big name team that kind of follow this year. And I think it hit us because we talked about last week how our Hoosiers were playing Incarnate Word, and we thought, okay, this is going to be an easy win. I said something about if we give up 40, that's not going to be good. Well, we ended up winning 68-61 or 69-61. So it was a closer game than I had thought. And then I did a little research on our boys, and they were predicted to finish third in the Southland Conference, because I think Lamar they got some returning guys, and they should be pretty good this year as well. But I was looking, they had scored. I think we were their fourth game, so they're 2-2. In two of the games, they had scored 100 points. So these guys can score. I don't know what kind of defense they're gonna play, but I think I didn't realize that they were actually tournament eligible. I thought they were just some NAIA.
I don't even know what their mascot is.
They are the Cardinal, I believe. I should have known that, but yeah. So we're going to keep an eye on them. I'm trying to I pulled up the wrong conference here, but Lamar's looking pretty good in that conference. So that's going to be our like conference we're going to kind of look at. Is this just because of Incarnate Word? So I know most people are going to be like, I don't want to hear about Incarnate Word. They're 3-3 right now. So, they're in the Southland. They could get a tournament bid. So that's going to be our poll, is to look at Incarnate Word. Looking ahead this week of games, I'm trying to figure, I don't know how much is really going to be out there tournament or for like tournament teams, top 25 the week before, Thanksgiving. So I think it's going to be kind of a lighter week looking at it. No one's really playing anybody. You got Michigan and Auburn has got a game on Tuesday. The rest of this week, it's pretty light. There are games. Are there games on Thanksgiving? That's crazy. There's a couple UNC Michigan State play. But it looks like the biggest game this coming week is UConn is at Illinois, it should be a pretty good game with two top 10 teams. And then this weekend, it doesn't really show much of the top 25. So this week's not going to really show us anything new with what was going on with anything else. Like I said, it's probably not going to be until like we start getting into mid-December, and then once we start playing conference play. So
right. So this time next week we'll still know ball. So
we still will know ball. Nothing else. I doubt there's going to be any real movement in the top 10. And even probably the top 25. We'll just keep an eye on Incarnate Word. So, again, we will dive in more and more college basketball once it kind of gets to the point where teams are playing. We kind of see more of these teams. My goal is to get one of the guys that's on that works for the Fan, the local ESPN affiliate radio station here, Jacob Reimer, on. He is a college basketball nut. Like, he knows everything. He probably could tell you at least one player on Incarnate Word. So I would like to get him on here to do a little segment. It'd probably be pre-recorded because he just had a baby. It's their first, so he's gonna be busy. So it could be, hey, if you're up at 2 a.m, just send me a text, get on here. Right. So again, the college hoops talk right now, not great, just because there's really not much
Nobody's playing
to talk
anybody.
about. Huh?
Nobody's playing anybody really.
And nobody's playing. I mean, it is still so early right now too. Like, I think ESPN's got their bracketology. Like, I think he does it all year and just moves stuff around, but you right. don't know anything at this point. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna take a quick break, so that way you guys will have a good, if you're watching this, if you just want to come in here for the NCAA talk, you'll know. And then there's a break, and then we're going to get our bracket talk. If you just want to come in for the brackets, then you'll know when the break happens. Right after that, we will talk about this week's bracket. So we'll take a quick break for one of our sponsors and come back with our week 2 bracket of the week.
IndyCar Tim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It, and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
Hey folks, let me tell you about Bay Area Modern Medical Center, a very different kind of approach to primary care. Personalized preventative medicine, not a one-pill-fits-all mentality. Christopher Lugo and his experienced medical staff are proactive in looking at issues before they become a problem, encouraging a healthy lifestyle with proper diet, supplements, and exercise to optimize your active lifestyle. Rather than the impersonal, rushed approach, you will be the only patient and will have our full attention. That's new. Getting old is inevitable, but feeling and looking old is avoidable. Bay Area Modern Medical Centers are experts in anti-aging regenerative medicine that optimizes your body's performance in many areas. So call for an appointment to get started on a journey back to full health and a happy life with a new, modern way of healthcare. Call 844-977-3477 or go to BAMMC.com. That's 844-977-3477 or BAMMC.com.
Today's show is brought to you by Tomstown, a premier craft distillery based in Kansas City, Missouri. Discover their award-winning lineup, including Double Oaked Bourbon, Botanical Gin, and Double Grain Vodka, named the best craft vodka by the readers of USA Today. Available for online delivery in 40 states. Visit toms-town.com or their Kansas City distillery to explore more. Elevate your game with Tomstown, where history meets innovation. Please enjoy responsibly.
Hello, folks. Let's talk a little bit about turf life. And what is turf life? It's pretty much if your life involves turf in any way, shape, or form, you live the turf life. Go ahead and brand yourself with the turf life. Maybe a back window decal, maybe a hat. You know where you can get those kinds of things to showcase that your life revolves around sports and or anything that involves sports. If it's a sports business or sports education or just your enjoyment of the outdoors, head over to turflifeclub.com. Become a turf head. Join the club today. You can do that by going to that said website that I just told you to go to. You can snag your window decal like I was talking about, or any of your other turf life accessories. Show everybody that you live the turf life, and we'll see you there over there at that turflifeclub.com.
Although it may seem tempting to go without healthcare insurance, the financial risk far outweighs the gain you may experience. For example, did you know if you simply broke your leg, it could cost you nearly $7,500? Put on top of that a hospital stay, you could be looking at $10,000 to $15,000. Ensuring that you don't go uncovered is so important, as according to CNBC, high medical bills are the highest contributing factor to why Americans end up taking money out of their retirement savings, or worse, find themselves filing bankruptcy. So go to don'tgouncovered.com or call 800-669-1505. Now, depending on your income, you can get plans for zero premium. Our experts will guide you through the process effortlessly. They will shop many plans and find the one that's right for you. I called and I have full health coverage through Florida Blue for zero monthly premium. It's a free call. So why go uncovered? It's a huge risk. Go to don'tgouncovered.com or call 800-669-1505. That's 800-669-1505.
Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as-needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out oriongolf.com.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
Hey, we are back. Let's talk brackets. So I want to first talk about last week, because when we were after the show waiting for it to upload, your son asked a question about a certain sitcom song, correct?
That is correct.
And
it
it's
was.
a
Why
show
wasn't
that
Malcolm
you and
in the
I both
Middle in
watch. Yeah, a show you and I both watch and love, and that show was.
I don't know how we missed it, but yeah, Malcolm in the Middle.
Yes.
It's my youngest. It's Grayson's ringtone when he calls me, and I was just like, didn't even think about it.
Sarah and I will try to watch that like once a year, go through it, and the kids love it. And so I think we're going to do that. Made us think every week we will go back after the week happened, look at a bracket, talk about, okay, what did we get wrong? So I think there were two things this week we were on. One, it was Malcolm in the Middle. Malcolm in the Middle, number one, great sitcom. It is a phenomenal theme
cold
song.
Openings.
Huh?
Some of the best cold openings.
Yeah, exactly. And Bryan Cranston is just amazing in everything. So, and the theme song is by They Might Be Giants, who is another band when we talked about last week, like Bare Naked Ladies, who I just absolutely loved and I loved growing up. So we missed that one. And then you and I talked earlier this week about how we missed Growing Pains. Growing Pains probably should have been on there. Alice should have probably never even been on there.
Yeah, and I don't think we got to talk about our first four out. I know you and I both had silver spoons.
Yeah, I did mine because you had lost connection.
I had Give Me a Break.
Okay, yeah, Give Me a Break's another one.
And the two Mr. Ed and Mr. Belvedere.
There you go. Yeah,
were my first four out. So.
Yeah, so I think Give Me the Break could have been, because that was in that stretch of 80s sitcom theme songs that just kind of seemed to be perfect, and like each of the shows. And I sent you that link. I don't know if you watched it yet, talking about sitcoms, and we'll move on to our next bracket, where how I saw it was like a 30-minute YouTube about how the sitcom theme song kind of has died. And it was interesting because nowadays everything's like a quick 3, 4, 5 second intro, just instrumental, boom, get to the show. And he talked about the reason why is when we were growing up, we did not have any kind of streaming service. So you had to watch shows live. And then if you missed one, you just kind of had to hope it was a rerun in the summer. But with that,
there's no streaming. You couldn't get on YouTube, watch an episode.
No, and then if you didn't watch it, and that was the big thing with Must See TV with NBC, is like if you didn't watch the episode, when you went to school or work, you couldn't join in the conversation. And it was kind of a cool family thing. Sarah and I talked about it, where the Cosby Show kind of brought that in. Like when the Cosby Show came on, like that was like the entire family would sit down and we're watching the Cosby Show, and we don't have that really anymore.
Yeah. And I think a lot of the cutting the whole theme song out is just to get straight to the show. You know, why are we going to use up, a couple minutes, because some of the theme songs were the first season of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, there was like a whole nother verse in there. And it's like, we're doing 4 minutes on the theme song.
Right.
That seems excessive.
Yeah. Well, the other thing too is like, because if I'm watching shows, I just skip it. But back in the 80s, before they're streaming, if you caught a show like the 5th or 6th episode in, the theme song kind of told you what the show is about, because you couldn't go back and watch it from the beginning. So it was just an interesting kind of take, and it kind of let me know, because it popped up just out of nowhere, because I don't follow this guy. So it let me know that the robots and the government and everything's listening in, because I just did a sitcom podcast and this thing's popping up. So anyway, that's enough of that. So I know we had talked about last week doing the Thanksgiving sides, which I think is a good topic. However, as the second episode into our podcast, I don't know how many people really tune in for that, even though it is the week before Thanksgiving. So I think we will save that for next week. Sorry, our dad's widow, who was very excited about it.
Yes. Sorry, Amy. We'll get to corn pudding at another time.
One of our 8 listeners. So we decided to do a different one, and Nate, kind of talk about why we decided on this one. What's happening in the world of movies?
Well, Predator Badlands had just come out, and the Running Man reboot had just come out, and I've watched both of them. They're both pretty solid.
Okay.
They are no way in comparison better than the originals. The new Predator, he's the good guy. He's the protagonist. He's like the runt of his clan. He brings shame upon his dojo. So he goes to kill the most unkillable animal. Anyways, it's a fun watch.
Okay.
And The Running Man was fun because they took a different spin on it. It's 30 days, anybody can kill you. But
Okay.
yeah, with a Predator and a Running Man, it's like, why not do Arnold Schwarzenegger one-liners?
Let's do Arnold Schwarzenegger quotes. That is it. Because again, also when you think about Thanksgiving, you think of Thanksgiving sides, you think of football, and you think of Arnold Schwarzenegger. I mean, I don't know.
Every year.
Every year. So we are going to do an Arnold Schwarzenegger quote from his movies. So we probably could have made this 16. It was just more fun to do 32, I think. So
oh yeah.
I will bring up this week's bracket. So this is the top section here. Obviously, I'll Be Back is the number 1 seed and the overall number 1 seed. It is going to go up against Hey Christmas Tree, which is obviously from the Running Man.
I believe it's Hey Lighthead,
Hey Lighthead.
Christmas Tree.
That's what it was. Hey Lighthead, Christmas Tree. Yeah. So that one's there is a 16th seed. It's just one of those. It's kind of funny, but it's really kind of funny if you're watching the scene when it's happening. So, and then you got an 8-9 seed of Don't Wake My Friend. He's Dead Tired, which was from Commando. And then obviously it's Turbo Time from Jingle All the Way. That could be a pretty interesting 8-9 seed. And then you've got your one ugly MFer and against the one he talks about, like, you're a Green Beret. I eat Green Berets.
I was a Green Beret. I used to eat Green Berets for breakfast. And right now I'm very tired.
Yes.
Hungry.
Nate does a pretty good Schwarzenegger, so he'll be thrown into that all the time. And then you got Consider That a Divorce from
Total Recall.
Yeah, Total Recall. And then it's, you might look at this. Here is Sub-Zero. Now I'm playing Zero. You might think, wasn't that from the Vanilla Ice movie? I think no, that was not. That was from when Arnold was Mr. Freeze in Batman.
No, that is from Running Man.
Oh no, and it is from Running Man. That's
Sub-Zero.
right. There's so many. Like I see, Nate is the expert on the Schwarzenegger movies. Yes, that is from Running Man. So you have two.
And the
Running
Vanilla
Man.
Ice, Cool as Ice movie line is drop that zero and get with zero.
Everyone knows that, but that sounds like something that he would say in that movie. So
100%.
So let's take a look at this. So you want to look at I'll be back and Hey Lighthead, Christmas Tree. I think it's pretty much a no-brainer, right?
Yeah, I'll Be Back, not only just from the original Terminator, but I think he's used it in multiple Terminators. It was in Commando, I'll Be Back, Bennett. He says it in The Running Man to Richard Dawson. He says it in Twins, Expendables 2. He says it 3 times in Last Action Hero. So it's been used more than anything. So I think it is, an easy win.
Yeah, I think they're not playing any of their starters in the second half. Plus, it's one of those, like, you just take away that it's a Schwarzenegger movie. It's probably one of the most recognized lines of any movie.
That's correct.
Ever. So it's an easy win. So let's look at this 8-9 matchup. I love Jingle All the Way as a Christmas movie. Spoiler, it's probably going to be on our Christmas movie one that we will do later next month. But you and I, we grew up on the movie Commando. There's a lot, I think, of that on that as well. So let's kind of look at that. Like, where are you at? I'm going to come back to us because this is going to be one to talk about. So this is one of the harder ones I was looking at because that's just one of those. He's on the plane. The guy, he knocked him out. He's dead tired. Boom. But
don't disturb my friend. He's dead tired.
He's dead tired. And then but it's Turbo Time is like such a great moment of that movie because when he is Turbo Man. So
right.
Do you have a lean either way, or is this easier?
I'm always leaning Commando. It is his best one-liner movie. There's so many in that one. That is one of my favorites. Anytime I've seen anybody asleep, I'm always like, don't disturb my friend. He's dead tired.
Exactly.
Eagle All the Way is what it is, but I'm going Commando. Don't disturb my friend; he's dead tired.
Yeah, I think I am too, because like when you think of Jingle All the Way, him saying it's Turbo Time's not even like probably one of the best two lines of that movie.
Oh, no, we got a better one in here. So.
We do have a better one in here. It is higher ranked as well. So we will go Commando over It's Turbo Time. So I'm going to see if I can do this on the fly, make that bigger. Did that go bigger on the screen there?
It just moved into the bracket better.
Nice.
Yeah.
Excellent. So, all right. So then 14, 13, this is going to be one I think that's probably tough for you. For me, it's not. I'm going with the your one ugly MFer from Predator. I know you love the Green Beret for breakfast. So what movie of Schwarzenegger's is that from?
It's also Commando.
Okay. I think Commando and Predator had the most of, I think they each had like 6 or something like that.
Yeah, there's just so many. But yeah, that scene is hilarious. He's fighting the guy who is Mac in Predator, Bill Duke, who's a bad guy in Commando. And it's that whole scene they're fighting in the hotel room, and yeah, he's like, I used to be a Green Beret. He's like, I used to eat Green Berets for breakfast, and right now I'm very tired.
Very
and
hungry.
I believe Ray Don Chong comes in with these guys eat too much red meat. And I do believe they bust through a wall into the other hotel room, and there's, I don't know, maybe the biggest cans I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, so that's from that scene. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm like, it's been forever. Like Nate probably watched Commando like 5 days ago, and he watched it.
No, it's just that fresh.
I have
I've
not
seen it
seen. I have not. Nate's got a photographic memory, I think, too. So I remember that scene now. Yes, because there's certain, like when movies happen, I'm like, okay, that's the scene. I think I probably got distracted by after they went through the wall.
Yeah, so yes, I can see how that would happen.
So the whole scene is pretty great. Them fighting. Now that I remember that.
That being said, the one you're ugly MFer is, you don't see it coming when it happens in the movie, because it's very serious. It's the very first time you get to see what the Predator in the history of the world.
Yes.
Now everybody knows what the Predators look like. That was, with almost 20 minutes left in the movie, you got to see what the Predator actually looked like under that. And it looked awesome. It looked creepy. It looked amazing. And you didn't expect him to just call him an ugly MFer. So it was, that one wins, if you ask me.
Yeah, you probably expected some cheesier line on that. So, yeah, I mean, that's why I think the 4C is going to win, because of the moment of the movie. Like you said, that was the first time we got to really see the Predator, and it was like, oh my. And then he just says that, which kind of made the scene even greater, just because like he dropping the F-bomb. So 4C
just insulting him when he should be scared for his life. He's like, I'm just going to tell him how ugly he is real quick.
But hey, that's why Arnold's the best. He's like, I ain't afraid of you. So all my friends are dead. What are we going to do? All right, so we got the 5-12 here, which is always a possible upset here. So we got Consider That a Divorce from Total Recall. Here is Sub-Zero, now Plane Zero, after he killed Sub-Zero in The Running Man. So for me, like, I don't think either is that much better than the other. I think the Sub-Zero Plane Zero is just more of one of those cheesy type lines that Arnold is known for.
I think it's the worst, which is why I'm going to have it winning, because there was people sitting around writing this and like, what should his insult be for Sub-Zero after he beats him? How about this is Sub-Zero, now Plane Zero? And they're like, let's run with it.
Yeah,
it's so terrible. Like, he could have just not said anything and it would have been better.
Right.
Like, it's so cheesy and it's so awful that I love it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like that too, where like I'll hear something in a movie or watch a scene, I'm like, was that the best take, or like was that
that wasn't the best one they had.
Was that the best? Like, it doesn't even make sense. Like Sub-Zero, they're not even like opposites. I don't even know why Plane Zero. Like it would have been better. Like here's Sub-Zero, now Zero. Like,
right.
I mean, like
you didn't have to throw Plane Zero in there. Now just Zero.
Yeah. but consider this a divorce. It's not even delivered well. It's just there's nothing about it that stands out. And I think sometimes you got to go with, when it comes to Arnold quotes, the cheese more than anything else. So we have the first upset of the Schwarzenegger quote bracket with here is Sub-Zero, now Plain Zero, moving on to face You're One Ugly MFer. And then up top we have I'll Be Back versus Don't Wake My Friend, He's Dead Tired. So we will move down to the next 4, which is going to round out this upper section of 16 teams. So we've got the 3 seed, If It Bleeds, We Kill It, obviously from Predator. Got the 4 against the 14, You've Just Been Erased, which is from the movie.
The Great
It's
Eraser,
the
with
Eraser,
Vanessa
right?
Williams.
Is that what that movie's called? Okay.
Yes.
I have never seen it, and I didn't even know it existed
I think it's
until
just called Eraser.
It might just be called Eraser. I know it's not called
I'm pretty
Eraser
sure it is.
Head, because that was a David Lynch
No,
movie.
that is a different movie.
Yeah, I didn't even know this movie existed until you said we got to have this in. I'm like, I don't even know what this movie is. So it's in there.
It came out when I worked at Hollywood Video, so that was when I was getting to watch movies for free. So it's not one of his best.
And those
it can be erased and it would be fine.
Yeah, those of you that are under 40, Hollywood Video was like the knockoff Blockbuster. Although I thought Hollywood Video was better. I liked Hollywood Video better than Blockbuster. I don't know why. Maybe it's because you worked there.
And I had to wear a tuxedo to work.
That's right.
The bow tie, the cummerbund, the dress shirt, the dress pants.
That is right. You guys had the upscale instead of the blue polo on that. So going to the 611, Come With Me If You Want to Live from T2, correct? Or is that Terminator? I think it was T2.
No, it's T2. Come With Me If You Want to Live.
Yes. And then I Let Him Go, obviously Commando. There's a whole, there's, I think the other part is down here too. When he was, after he let Sully go and dropped him off the balcony, after he told Sully he's going to kill him last.
You're a funny guy, Sully. That's why I'm going to kill you last. And then at that scene, he's like, remember when I said it was going to kill you last? And he's like, that's right, Matrix. You did say you were going to kill me last. And he's like, yes, I lied. Which, spoiler alert, it's coming up here. So that's that. And then you got I Lied. I just put that in there because I could not put the entire thing, but I'm taking that whole scene of him dropping him off the balcony after he says I lied, and then he just drops him against Yakety Yak. Don't talk back. And to do a callback from the Three's a Company, I believe when he's singing it in Twins, it's Yakety Yak, don't talk back. I think there's a talk back in there when he's singing it, which
probably
makes it
is. And it was probably the best takes. Like, I would just leave
just leave it in there.
And then, of course, the famous one from Kindergarten Cop. It's not a tumor. And of course, it was made famous by Berman when Amani Toomer played football and on the highlights. So, and that's going against the 15. Yeah, but they were all bad, which is the only one from True Lies. There wasn't really that many memorable quotes, I think, from True Lies. It's just this is
most of the best lines in that movie are from Tom Arnold, and there is the cheesy at the end. You're fired when he shoots the guy on the missile, which is not good enough to be up here.
Yeah,
but,
I think I added this one just because it was kind of funny because it was when Jamie Lee Curtis found out like what he was doing,
and he's on the truth serum.
Yes.
Like, have you ever killed anybody? He's like, yeah, but they were all bad.
So it's kind of a great moment, but not a great quote. So all right, so let's knock these out. I think this could be a pretty quick section here. So we going with the 3 seed? I would hope so.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Yes. That is definitely gonna take that one. Come With Me If You Want to Live versus I Let Him Go. Is there any lean you have on that?
Oh, what happened to Sully? I had to let him go.
Yeah.
I'm going Commando again. I'm going Commando.
Like I said, like if you're looking at this, I think it's because of the humor of the comments of that wins out. The other one is such a more like serious type deal, but it's not. I mean, it's really probably not that memorable. Like, you know it just because, but it doesn't stick with you. Like, I let him go.
I had to let him go.
Yeah. So I think that will win as well. I think we'll take that one as the underdog, I believe. Go back to the screen. Yes, as the 11th seed. Yeah. So not a huge upset on that. And then when you go, we got the so is it going to be a sweep here for the Sully? Oops, wrong one. Sully quotes with "I lied" over "Yakety yak, don't talk back."
I'm going Sully and Commando.
Yeah, I was going to go Sully this whole time. Anyway, because I think I watched Twins once, so I don't even remember a ton of the lines from Twins. No. So, and then obviously I think it's not a tumor. Moving on.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. All right. So upper bracket, we got the 7 seed versus the 2. I lied. It's not a tumor. You've got the 3. If it bleeds, we kill it versus the 11. I let him go. And then we've got I'll be back versus Don't Wake My Friend. He's dead tired, the 1-8. And then the 4 and the 12, you're one ugly MFer versus here is Sub-Zero, now Plain Zero. So that ends up marking the upper section for the Sweet 16. So I move down to the bottom bracket. You've got the other 1 seed, Hasta La Vista Baby, which it was iconic, I think. And this is the first time I say iconic today. If you watched my last episode, like if you had the over on how many times I would say iconic, you would have cashed out, because I think it was 28. But it wasn't as great. Like, it was big for the time that T2 was around, I think, but it didn't have the staying power.
Well, yeah, it was just, you came from the first Terminator where he was the bad guy, and now he's trying to help, and young John Connor is just teaching him random stuff to say that a killing machine would not normally be saying in him, you know? So to have him say stuff like that, it was like, oh, yeah.
Right, exactly.
Stuff, baby.
Yes. And then the pavement was his enemy. That was from Twins also. So it's a pretty great moment of Twins. And I think it's one of the few memorable lines of it. It was such a weird
Arnold Schwarzenegger in a suit jacket and shorts.
Yeah, I mean, that was
the guy's trying to steal his briefcase, and he's just so strong that he pulls the guy off his motorcycle.
Right.
He's like, "What'd you do to my friend? It wasn't me. The pavement was his enemy." And he's so innocent in that movie. It's just it's funny.
Yeah, exactly. And it's such a weird switch from what he usually did, like that in Kindergarten Cop.
Right.
Were such different roles for him. So 8-9, come on, do it, kill me, I'm here. Obviously from Predator, when he's trying to get the Predator into his trap, and then honestly, I'm telling you right now, I gotta go to the screen, because this is like, Let Off Some Steam Bennett is like probably one of your all-time favorite, and you say this all the time.
Let off some steam, Bennett. If somebody's getting freaked out, I'm like, let off some steam, Bennett. And it's the great last line when he beats Bennett, who, by the way, is probably the least worthy adversary of Arnold. It's like, let's get a chubby guy and put him in chainmail.
Right.
But did you know that Bennett is the actor is Vernon Wells? You know, he's like the main biker guy in Weird Science at the end of the party.
Is he really?
Yes, because he's replaying his role in Road Warrior.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. He's not like, because I had to go back and because you were talking to this up, he's like, I am going to leave the show if this is not in.
I said I would boycott if Let Off Some Steam Bennett was not on.
So I had to go back and watch the entire scene, and it is so bad.
So he throws a pipe from across the room through him, and
the steam's coming out from the pipe, which is like it's so bad. Now that guy that played him, like, I was watching him, like, he's not also in like Animal House, is he? Was he in Animal House? He wasn't the one.
Oh no, he's not D-Day. If that's what you're thinking.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay. All right, so I had to get you, like, it's Nate. This is one of Nate's favorite quotes. So no matter what, he's gonna probably take that over the other one. So then we got Stick Around. Obviously, just another great pun in the line of
Throws a
great.
knife through a guy and sticks him into a tree or a wall or whatever it is, and he goes, stick it around.
No, was that that was
I think that's Predator.
That's Predator, yes. It is Predator on my notes. And then Rubber Baby Buggy Bumpers.
Rubber baby buggy bumpers. You didn't know I was going to say that, did you?
Which I think it may be our only Last Action Hero one. I think there might have been another one that I thought about, but I think that's
well, if you count I'll Be Back, because he says it 3 times in there. So.
Yeah, I don't think people. If you equate I'll Be Back with Last Action Hero and not Terminator, I don't think we can hang out as people. And then your foster parents are dead, which is such a great line in T2, right?
Yes.
They're in the phone booth, and he just knows. Like when he asks him, like,
yeah, he's like, "What's your dog's name?" And he says his dog, and then he just goes, "How's Woofy doing?" And she's like, "Woofy's fine," which is not the dog's name, so he knows instantly the foster parents are dead.
Yeah, it's such a great, like, it's a great, like, just and the way he delivers it too. It's like, oh, I'm gonna let you know your foster parents are dead in just the most like robotic way, and let's just go. Right. And then the other one is also from T2, which I only put this on here so we could say Dickwad on the podcast. And it's Chill Out Dickwad. I don't even know the context of it. When I was just going through looking at all the different quotes I saw, I was like, I'm going to have to put this on here somewhere. It is probably way overseeded as a 12 seed, though.
I don't know. How often do you get to hear Arnold say Dickwad?
I know. I'm telling you, though, that's a phrase that is kind of gone away. That was said a lot in like the 90s. That was a 90s type phrase that people said all the time, and now nobody uses it. So
no.
Which
I think we should bring it back. You want to bring it back?
See if we can bring it back. I don't know if I really miss it though. There's some stuff from like the 80s and 90s. I'm like, man, why can't we say it? Like this is such a great like I actually was talking because I was at my and why I'm not at the studio is because I was at my buddy's house who is like my mechanic. So he's trying to get all this stuff done at his house before he gets surgery on his foot again. So I'm helping out. He helped us out when we redid our bathroom. So trying to repay the favor with work. And then we were going to do the brakes on my car. I thought it was the front brakes. They were fine. It was the back brakes. So then we ran out of light. So I didn't want to drive to the studio this evening. So another phrase that I used there, because he always talks about my hair is like, would you ever get your hair back? It's like, if I could have somebody else's hair, and once I can get this other thing up, my hair was bad. When we pull up our final 4 picks, I couldn't get it working today. So once I'm in the studio, I get it working. You'll see what I looked like my junior year of high school playing basketball. And he asked if I had a mullet. I said, no, the people who usually had mullets were like cutters. He had no idea what the phrase cutter was. I'm like, oh, they're like this, the greasers, like the people that smoke the leather jackets and stuff.
Brit.
And I was like, and it was from the movie Breaking Away. They used the words cutter, I guess, to do that. And I don't know how we got it. They were always called cutters, and it was such kind of a cool word to call them. Like just cutters.
See, you and Dave always called them cutters. We called them grits. Like, there's grit.
Oh, grits. You know? Okay. So
which also
it may have changed from cutters to grits by the time I graduated when you graduated. So Dick was like one of those things. I wouldn't mind bringing cutter back, so I may try to do that. Maybe that'd be
fans of the podcast. Can we call them cutters or dickwads? What are we going to go with here?
Maybe we'll be on Incarnate Word, and we're going to bring 80s and 90s like phrases back. So, all right, I think Hasta La Vista wins. Just I kind of like The Pavement Was His Enemy better. Like if you're just in a thing, like I enjoy that one better, but I think Hasta La Vista Baby.
It wins.
Yeah, I don't know if any of our brackets a 16 is going to win, but you never know. You never know. Yet. At some point, maybe. I'm not even going to discuss it because, like, I don't need you walking off the podcast. And again,
can I do come on, do it now. Kill me, I'm right here. Come on, do it. Kill me. I yell that all the time at work.
It's great. Like it's
not
a great.
that I don't have love for that phrase.
No, I mean it is, but like let us. It's just again, I think sometimes when it comes down to these phrases, it's sometimes is it cheesier, and if the answer is yes, that it's better because that's what Arnold.
In this case, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, well, you got to figure all the Arnold stuff was like that, just the like so cheesy and horrible puns, which is what made him great. All right, so this one might be tough for you because you love the rubber baby buggy bump. I think you just like saying that in Arnold's
It's
voice.
so fun. It's so funny to say it and hear him say it. And I think Last Action Hero is underrated because it was the one movie where he's self-aware and he's making fun of all of his movies. And so the one kid in the movie is always, saying he knows what he's going to say before he says it. So when he beats this guy up, he just goes, "Rubber baby buggy bumpers. I bet you didn't know I was going to say that, did you?" So it's just...
It is a great line, and how he delivers it is amazing. And you are correct. The Last Action Hero was a good movie, it's an entertaining movie. And I was surprised because I didn't think it was going to be entertaining, and it really was. So I think I'm going.
He refers to himself as, "Who's this Arnold Braunschweiger guy?" He mispronounces the name. It's very underrated.
Yeah, that almost made the list. So I think I'm going to go stick around because of it's kind of the theme of it. He throws a knife at a guy.
There's a knife through a guy. He tells him to stick around. He's dead. You don't need to give him a pun.
No, you don't. So there we go. But I do think if there was a loser's bracket, I think rubber baby buggy bumpers could make a run.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
it'd win the toilet bowl.
It would. So then we got Your Foster Parents Are Dead. Chill out, Dickwad. Are we moving Dickwad on so we can say Dickwad some more?
No, I'm going Dickwad.
All right. Now watch. This would be the one episode my wife watches. It's like, why are you saying Dickwad? All the people at church tuning in. So all right.
Oh,
so
you moved your foster parents.
My bad. Yeah, if I'm here at home, when I'm doing the stuff on the Excel spreadsheet, I can't see the main screen. So, Nate, shout out to you for getting it. All right, so now here's the thing. Because this is how the process worked with this one. Like the other last show, I think it was a little bit easier. Like I think when you got the theme songs, it's pretty. You can kind of like seed them, and it's pretty easy. Like okay, this is like the top 10 songs and you kind of see them. This was a little bit harder because it's like you had like probably the top 4 seeds, all 8. I'm like, okay. And then it's just like a mix of everything. And then I'm just kind of putting them in, not looking. And sometimes I kind of did matchups like, well, if these 2 win, it's going to be funny to have like the 2 Sully go against each other.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't until after I sent this to you and was like, I'm not going to redo it and try to send it to him again. This region it's legit. Like it's
a good one.
It's a murderer's row. It's one of those where it's like, why did the committee put all these great teams in this one section? And I feel bad.
Yeah, there's always the one bracket that's like, man, they got all the heavy hitters.
Exactly. And this is it. So this is my favorite matchup of the entire first round.
I've got a lot on this one.
Is Put the Cookie Down Now, which
Put the cookie down.
Put the cookie down. My one son Adam, who he just got married this year. He's 20. Like he would say it all the time as a kid because he loved that movie. He loved Jingle All the Way. And so that's going up against Cocainium.
Cocainium.
Which
is ridiculous delivery.
Which is another one because it was from Red Heat, which I totally forgot was a thing. And I was just going through, like, it was a list of like 80 Arnold quotes, and some of them were from like just his like biop. And I saw this, I'm like, what in the world is this? And so I looked up it on YouTube, and it is phenomenal. We'll go back and talk about it once we get the matchup, but it's the 14th seed. And if you didn't know he said it, it's because it's from the movie Red Heat, which probably had less viewers than this show does. So yeah, no one knows about it. And then again, the one I probably have said the most, just because I'm a parent and I have 6 kids. Just another great kindergarten. Can we just say how like Kindergarten Cop again? Great movie. It is really good as a movie.
It is a really good movie. Fun fact: he had the pet ferret, and when he was governor of California, he made it illegal to have ferrets as pets. So
Did he
I
really?
don't know. Yes, the ferret must have hurt him. I don't know what happened.
He must have had some. Sorry about that. That hit the thing wrong. He must have had some bad chemistry with the ferret. Or
Show
something.
me where the ferret touched you, Arnold.
Exactly. And this going up against the 11th seed, also from Kindergarten Cop, is who's your daddy? What does he do?
What does he do?
Which is another great line. 7th seed, Dylan, you SOB. Not a great line, but if you know the context of it, it is from Predator, and it precedes the iconic second time I've said it
in
today,
air.
the great handshake arm wrestling thing that is the one meme that they have, and it's Carl Weathers, Arnold Schwarzenegger with the clasp of the hands, arm wrestling, and they're just bicepting it out.
Arm wrestling in the air, which there's no way to win because nobody can get leverage.
After it.
Yeah, and you got to show off those biceps on both those men.
You cannot. No. I mean, Chuck Norris could probably win arm wrestling in the air, but he's Chuck Norris. And that's going up against I'm the party pooper.
I'm the party pooper.
Another
Kindergarten Cop.
It's another guy, like the Kindergarten Cop owns this region. And then like talking to you, like you said, you probably say the 2 seed as much as any of the ones in here is
without a doubt.
Get to the chopper.
Anytime there's a helicopter in the air, I don't even have to see it. I'll be walking by myself delivering a package and be like, get to the chopper.
Yeah. And I did put chopper, but it is chop with an A.
I think it's 2 A's, maybe 3.
It probably is 2 A's. Also from Predator. Predator was as much like Predator is a good film, man.
It's a really good movie.
Really is. And it's just there's just so many great moments of that. Like the dude shaving his head. You got Jesse who would have thought you would have had 2 governors come out of the movie Predator? And it's just.
And Jesse's got one of the best lines, ain't got time to bleed. But yeah, we got two governors in Predator.
Yeah, that ain't got time to bleed may be one of the better ones. It's just not an Arnold quote.
Correct.
And then Carl Weathers just great. Like he's just great. You know, he's Apollo. He was Chubbs. Action Jackson, Chubbs, and he plays himself in the TV show Arrested Development, and he's phenomenal.
Yes, he's fantastic.
And then again, it's all right, everyone chill. The only Batman and Robin one in, and I'm sorry that we even have one in there. So I'm starting from the bottom.
I don't even recognize that movie.
No. I'm starting from the bottom so we can have that 3-14 seat talk. Get to the chopper is obviously going to win. Do you have a lean either way?
On Dylan or on the party pooper?
Yeah.
I'm going with Dylan, even though I do say I'm the party pooper a lot when kids have sleepovers and
they do, but I think it's one of those that kind of
that whole scene with Dylan is just great, and I do say that a lot also.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, exactly. And then you got the matchup of the other Kindergarten Cops. You got Shut Up, and then Who's Your Daddy? What does he do?
I'm going with Who is Your Daddy? And what does he do?
I am with you, and it's another 11 upsetting the 6. Like, Shut Up is so great because it's just so long and loud, but as a quote, it's just shut up. And Arnold saying
it. And, I don't know if you've ever heard any of these. I remember, 20 years ago, people would do the soundboards of the different Arnold lines, and then they just prank call people. And so they would always just be harassing people with, they'd ask who is your daddy? And what does he do? And like, who is this? It's like, I'm Detective John Keeble. I'm a cop, you idiot. So those prank calls, like those 3 lines were used the most, I think, in the soundboards of prank calling. So who's your daddy? What does he do?
I gotcha. And those of you also that did not recognize Hollywood Video, prank calls used to happen before we had caller ID, and it was phenomenal because people didn't know who you were, and you could call them. And there was a whole puppet TV show that
don't even let's talk with the Jerky Boys.
The Jerky Boys. It started with the Jerky Boys, and then the Crank Acres was great because they took real prank calls and they just had
puppets play them out.
Yeah. So all right,
that looked like Lee Corso.
What?
All the puppets seem to look like Lee Corso. Lee Corso looks like he's a crank.
Corso does look like a puppet. So, all right. So now we're down. We're down to this. So it's put the cookie down, cocainium. If you really want to get the gist of this, pause the episode now. Go look up cocainium. Watch it because
cocainium.
The cocainium. He was trying to say cocaine, and again, it's like this must have been the best take if this is what made the movie. And what made it great is it's not just him saying it, but I don't know the whole context. I did not go back and watch all of Red Heat. I've never seen Red Heat, but he breaks a guy's, like, I think it's his wooden leg.
With the prosthetic leg.
And
so, all right. Yeah.
Of course, Nate knows. Nate.
No, explain the scene. He breaks off this guy's prosthetic leg.
And then
takes the cap off.
And he just stands there and just straight look and just dumps, and this white powder comes out. And then that's when he says, cocaine.
Cocainum. Well, all right, so when you sent it to me, because I saw the cocainum, and I go, what's this from? And you sent me the thing. I was like, Red Heat. And for some reason, I was confusing Red Heat with Raw Deal, which came out probably within years. And so I thought Red Heat was a serious movie, not realizing that it was basically Rush Hour before Rush Hour. It was like,
is that what it was?
A fish out of water buddy cop movie. Like, yeah, we get this cop from another country.
Was it really?
We set him up with a loudmouth, abrasive, brash American cop, which was Jim Belushi, and I believe Peter Boyle's their chief.
Boyle.
So yeah, I still haven't seen it, but apparently it's more of a comedy. I always thought it was a serious movie. I am kind of interested to go watch this again. I'm sure I've seen it once 30 some years ago.
Yeah. Well, once like I didn't even know. I thought it was like more of like a serious one. And then once you said Jim,
I did too.
Just now you said Jim Belushi, like, oh, now I remember that being that's something. And then the other one you just talked about that wasn't Red Heat, but was
Raw Deal.
Raw Deal. Was Ray Dong Chong in that too?
I don't even remember. It's possible.
I thought she was in a couple. Like,
I doubt it, but
Ray Dong Chong seemed to be like in every third movie because she was in the one with C. Thomas Howell,
Soul Man, and that killed everybody's career.
You could not do that. So
the craziest part of the cocainum is not the way he says it; it's the fact that the cocainum is not in little baggies or anything to properly distribute it. We just got loose blow in this guy's prosthetic leg. Like,
no.
How does that work when you're trying to buy from, like, hey, man, can I get an 8-ball? He's like, yeah, hold on.
Pulls his leg out.
Like, hold your hand out. Like, it's just,
I think when you have to buy it,
it's the most insane decision ever. And then to follow it with cocainum.
Insane in the cocainium. Maybe it was like you had to like bring your own scale. You gotta buy from this guy. It's like, all right, you gotta get a deal, but you gotta bring your own scale because it's in a dude's
he's been sweating in that thing probably.
Like, is there a splinter in my cocainium?
In my cocainum?
All right, so so we had to talk about that because it's crazy. So
ridiculous.
Now getting all the ridiculousness of cocainium. Put the cookie down now. I'm gonna go with put the cookie down now because it is such a great line in that movie. Phil Hartman was in it.
He's yelling it to Phil Hartman.
He's yelling it to Phil Hartman. And R.I.P. Phil Hartman, who is just Phil Hartman was one of those guys. He was always great in everything he did. Like you and I talk about how great he was in Wayne's World and that small character.
Or no, How I Married an Axe Murderer.
Yeah, that's right. How I Married an Axe Murderer. And he's just one of those guys. He was always great in every movie. He was always funny. He's like Tim Meadows is like that too. Like anything Tim Meadows is in, it's like he is just the best. So, are you with me on put the cookie down over the insanity of cocainium?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
All right. So we've got this is a banger going into the Elite Eight when you got Dylan, you SOB versus Get to the Chopper, Put the Cookie Down versus Who's Your Daddy, What Does He Do? And then the top part of this bracket is Hasta La Vista Baby, Let Off Some Steam Bennett, Stick Around, and Chill Out Dickwad. So that gets us to the Sweet 16. So let's head back up here, and I will move this over. So we've got I'll Be Back, Don't Wake My Friend, He's Dead Tired, You're One Ugly MFer, Here is Sub-Zero, Now Plain Zero. I know you love the Commando. I know you love this phrase. Does it beat I'll Be Back?
It does not.
No, it doesn't. So
because he said it in Expendables 2. So
Did
he
he
says
really?
it to Bruce Willis, and that's how everybody knows that phrase.
Wow. I did not know that. Okay.
I didn't
good.
either. I had to look it up. I haven't seen. I saw the first Expendables, and I was like, all right, I get it.
Yeah, I've never seen that. So, all right, you've got You're One Ugly Mr. Falcon, and if you know that reference, you could
Mother,
be
father.
Mother, Father, because it was in Die Hard when we first heard the Mr. Falcon.
Mr. Falcon.
Yippee-ki-yay, Mr.
Hey,
Falcon.
Mr. Falcon.
And it was always
Wait,
just somebody
did he
else's
change
like
his name?
some other random voice that did not sound like him. So you got One Ugly Mr.
Oh, the
Falcon
Breakfast Club was
versus
the
Here is
best
Sub-Zero,
of the,
Now Plain Zero.
Cubs. I think
Which one was that?
as fun as Sub-Zero, Plain Zero, I think we got to go. You are one ugly mother father, because
I think so. I think with
and
the Sub-Zero one, it's one of those where it had one good run.
it's so bad it's good.
It's so bad it's good, and it just had a good matchup. And now it got beat so now you've got I'll Be Back, You're One Ugly MFer, two titans of Schwarzenegger lines, and then to round out this part of the Elite Eight, you've got If It Bleeds, We Kill It, I Let Him Go, I Lied, It's Not a Tumor. So this is a fun little area because it could be a Sully matchup in quotes.
They call it a Sully off.
A Sully off, yes. So we got If It Bleeds, We Kill It, Predator, I Let Him Go, Commando. Where are you going?
I think it's, as much as I would like a Sully off. If it bleeds, we can kill it.
I think so too. Like the Sully one is great, but like we're talking like best line, so that's there. And then I Lied, It's Not a Tumor. It's Not a Tumor is so great for so many.
I don't
reasons.
even think this is close.
It's
not
really
a tumor.
It's Not a Tumor. It's Not a Tumor could have been in number one over Hasta La Vista, baby. All right. So we got that. Let's round out down here real quick. We've got Hasta La Vista, baby, Let Off Some Steam, Bennett, Stick Around, Chill Out, Dickwad. So let's start with Dickwad. Are we doing, is it making another one, or is it Stick Around so iconic of a pun that it wins?
I think Stick Around is the winner.
Yeah, I do too. I think it was more me and you wanting to say Dickwad as much as we can on here within a reasonable amount of time. And if we took it all the way, then people knew we just wanted to say it. But I think Stick Around. It's one of those just great, because that's the thing about those puns. Like it has to be like a 2-3 word, like hit hard, get out, and that is a perfect one. Here's the interesting one: Hasta La Vista, baby, Let Off Some Steam, Bennett. I know where you're going. I think I would probably have to go Hasta La Vista, baby, because I knew it, and I kind of totally forgot that Let Off Some Steam, Bennett. However, I am going to defer to you as the Arnold expert of the two of us,
Yes.
and let you do that. Because again, I think Hasta La Vista, baby it was big, like right after the movie happened. And again, I don't know like how many other Arnold movies were around at that point and those types of things.
T2 was just a huge movie.
It was. I mean, it was
he went from being the bad guy to the good guy.
Yeah,
the storyline's great. The effects were amazing. The Liquid Terminator,
the metal guy, that was so good.
Movie was just game changer.
Yeah, and it kind of was like very much like the I'll Be Back, that one Hasta La Vista, baby. It was so great, and I think, but then it kind of lost steam after a while. And I don't even think it's like the best.
Did it let off some steam?
You go. Exactly. So you got to take it. So I think I'm with you there. Because I think really like Hasta La Vista Baby, if you talk to anybody that probably didn't grow up when these movies were out, they all know I'll Be Back. They may not know Hasta La Vista Baby was like a
as big
Arnold
of a thing
line.
as it was.
Yeah, from a movie. So I'm with you there. Like again, it's not for me, Hasta La Vista Baby. I think just because of the popularity of it was why it was a 1 seed. I think it was a little overseeded. I think it was one of those where it was overseeded because they played in a weak conference.
Yes.
All right, so now we got Put the Cookie Down, Who's Your Daddy, What Does He Do? And then you've got Dylan Yusubi, Get to the Chopper. I think, again, the 2 seed, it's not even close.
Nope. Get to the Chopper.
Get to the Chopper. Again, that could have also been a number 1 as well. And then you got Put the Cookie Down, Who's Your Daddy, What Does He Do? You say, like, I'm going to Put the Cookie Down now. It's fun to say. It kind of flows. And there's so many, I think there's so many more ways you can use that in everyday life than Who's Your Daddy, What Does He Do?
See, I think Who's Your Daddy, What Does He Do is more fun to say, but I'm going to defer to you on this one. We'll do Put the Cookie Down now, because you can literally yell it at any kid.
Exactly. Or Phil Hartman, if he was still
alive. Phil Hartman.
Yeah. So, all right. So I think we got a pretty good. We got the 2-3, Get to the Chopper, Put the Cookie Down Now. We've got Stick Around, which is the 4 seed. And then you've got the upset of Let Off Some Steam Bennett as was it the 9 seed or was it the 11?
You reseeded stuff. I'm not sure where it was at, but it was not an upset to me.
Oh, so. No, it had to be, no, I mean, it wasn't, I think it was the 9 because it had to be the 8-9.
Yeah, I think it was the 8-9 in the 8-9 bracket.
It was the 8-9. So it was the 8 because I think it went up against Turbo Time. So then you got those two. So Let Off Some Steam Bennett was really the really first major upset, I think, even more than Saved by the Bell in the last one. We've got If It Bleeds, We Kill It. It's Not a Tumor. So again, you've got the 2-3, and then you got the 1-4. So it's chalk on the upper bracket as well with I'll Be Back and Your One Ugly MFer. So for the Final Four, but before we hit that, we can talk about, again, because the Final Four layout is not, I couldn't get it to go here just the way things are set up. I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. But you sent me your Final Four. I have my Final Four. We actually had 3 of the Final Four were the same. What were your Final Four?
Mine were I'll Be Back, Get to the Chopper, It's Not a Tumor, and Let Off Some Steam, Bennett.
Gotcha. So for me,
but I didn't remember if that worked out with the brackets. So
I think it did.
Okay.
So it did work out with the brackets. So obviously the 3 that we had the same were all but Let Off Some Steam Bennett. I had
Disrespect.
I'll Be Back. It's Not a Tumor. Get to the Chopper. And then I had Your Foster Parents Are Dead. I thought that might sneak in. So I did lose one of my Final Four picks already. Yours are all still there. So let's get this thing to bed before we get to bed here. It's not even that late. It's 9:30. So I'll be back.
Not even half
one
the Rams game.
Huh?
So it's not even halftime of the Sunday night game.
Exactly. So we're in good shape here. All right. I'll be back. You're one ugly MFer.
I'll be back. Only in a rerun, pal.
Only in a rerun, pal. I think that wins. And I don't think there's really much discussion. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, you are not wrong.
Okay. On that, and then If It Bleeds, We Kill It. It's Not a Tumor. Again, it's not a tumor. Like we said this all the time growing up, Dave and I, my buddy Dave. Again, if it bleeds, we kill it. It's kind of a cool line. It's Not a Tumor is a great line. So we got the 1-2 there on the top in the Final Four. And then we've got, I'm going to come back to that one. This is the more like this is a tough one for me because I love Put the Cookie Down Now. And I don't know why it's bolded here. I got to go fix this in for the next one. But I think Get to the Chopper is the better, more. I think it is. I hate to say it for the third time. It is iconic.
Yeah.
I think
you
I
think
think
that because you're right, and it is.
It is. Yeah, Get to the Chopper is so great. I love Put the Cookie Down Now, but if we're talking Arnold movies, you've got to go with the action movie quote over the Jingle All the Way quote, because that's what Arnold is known for. And Get to the Chopper is such a great line. So, all right. It's Lost Some Steam, Bennett. Stick around. I know where you're going. I know where you're going. And here's the thing. I think I got to be with you, because I think if it would have been something like Put the Cookie Down, or even maybe If It Bleeds, We Kill It. Maybe even If You're One Ugly MFer. But Stick Around, as great as it is, it's still just like a simple stick around. It's like part of it.
Yeah, it happens real fast. It's
right.
Kind of just like
And then if you get stuff, for me, it's like, okay, if there's two and I'm not really sold on either of them, I'm gonna go with the one where a guy has a pipe sticking out of his chest and steam is coming out of him as
while he's wearing chain. He threw it through the chainmail through his body. It was just an impressive throw. And yes, when the guy who kidnaps your daughter and you get to throw a pipe through him where steam comes out,
exactly.
You don't use a line like "let off some steam." Then he kidnapped Alyssa Milano. He deserved that death. He deserved that one-liner pun when he died.
He did. So I'm taking that, because Stick Around is great, but like it's just a line, and stuff like that. So your final four, like, again, I say it's stupid that, which is funny because I think I had the correct final four last week, all of them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Which I still say, again, if you're like tuning in, is like, wait, they're the ones deciding who wins, but they're still picking their final four. Like, yeah, that's what we're doing, because we're trying to make it like again, like the Sunday selection bracket. And we're going to see what we think the final four is. Because, again, these first two, we haven't really had to go to somebody else. Like, if there's something where we're both like, hey, I'm not moving off this, and you're not moving off this, then we have to go to text a friend. And I would text a couple people like, hey, it'd be like an odd number, obviously, like, hey, which is better? And then we have to go with that. Or may have it like, that then hopefully people will text back, and it would be a very boring segment if that section is. So then we just have to figure it out with rock, paper, scissors or something like that. So I think it's a good final four when you have, let me move it over a little bit more. Okay. You have Let Off Some Steam, Bennett versus Get to the Chopper. So you have a 8 seed versus the 2. And then up top you have the 1 and the 2, I'll Be Back. It's Not a Tumor. So we're already up here. Let's start up here. I'll Be Back. It's Not a Tumor. I'll Be Back. I think this is going to be tough, because I'll Be Back is probably his most famous one, but I think It's Not a Tumor and Get to the Chopper are probably close behind.
Yeah. It's Not a Tumor is more fun to yell and say, but again, I think I'll Be Back, from the, I know he did the Conan movies, but the Terminator was the one where it's like, oh, this guy. And just the whole I'll Be Back, very simple, drives through the police station, and it's been used in multiple films since then. If it's not in the finals, I think it's a disgrace.
Yeah, I'm with you too. I like It's Not a Tumor better, but if we're trying to be as legit on this silly podcast as we want to be, like, I'll Be Back is it's in the finals. It's in the championship. It made him, like, that was his moment in
Correct.
saying that. As great as It's Not a Tumor. Again, it goes back to, are you going to take a quote from a Terminator movie, or are you going to take a quote from Kindergarten Cop?
Kindergarten Cop.
Yeah.
Well, actually, let's say his first most quotable famous line that he used in movies did start in the Conan movies, and it's in a lot of his movies where he's where he just randomly grunts stuff.
Exactly. That almost made it, but I didn't know how to spell it, and
Fair enough.
and neither did Chat GPT. So, so the last one here, get to the chopper, let off some steam, Bennett. As much as you love let off some steam, Bennett, I think this is probably where the Cinderella story ends.
Get to the chopper.
Yeah. Because as much as you love the let off some steam, Bennett, you love to say get to the chopper even more. And I think this is probably the correct and perfect championship for an Arnold Schwarzenegger quote bracket where you've got I'll be back, get to the chopper. So now we got to talk about like which one wins. Like they're both pretty amazing. We know I'll be back, but get to the chopper though. It's like
I think it's get to the chopper.
The way he says it, get to the chopper, and then he like laying on the ground is like it's like the whole scene of it too. Because like the I'll be back, it's kind of great because he's just standing there as I'll be back, and it's a great story too because I think he wanted to say I will
be right back. Yes,
but then what's his face that did
James Cameron,
Avatar and all that other stuff. Yeah. He's like, no, it's I'll be back. And he talks about it. Then once the movie came out as big, he's like, he was right. It was the right way to say I'll be back.
You know, he was supposed to be the good guy in that movie, right?
I did not know that.
Yeah, so he was supposed to play the Reese part. Do you know who was supposed to play the Terminator?
So he was supposed to play, so he was supposed to play
Reese.
Okay. And then,
do you know who was supposed to play the Terminator?
So was it like a famous actor, like a big time actor at the time?
He was trying to become a big time actor at the time.
It wasn't Stallone, was it?
It was O.J. Simpson. And I'm not kidding you. And the best part of the story is Cameron didn't want to do it because he didn't think O.J. Simpson was believable as a killer.
Could you imagine if O.J. What if O.J. was the Terminator, then O.J. became the governor of California, and then Arnold ended up killing the one Kennedy that he was married to?
Yeah, and what if Arnold would have made a good Nordberg too? By the way,
Arnold would have been a good Nordberg, exactly. So. OJ, no, that would not have worked. OJ.
It would have been a terrible movie.
Well, he's not OJ's not a good, not that Arnold is a good actor, but OJ's so bad. Like OJ's just bad. He's a great Nordberg, but he's so bad. So, I think we will. I think the 2 seed wins this, and it's kind of a slight upset because if you probably polled a lot of people. It would say, I got to make it big so you can see, get to the chopper.
Do the chopper.
Yeah, I'm gonna do you a favor too. I got to go all the way back to the beginning. Hold on. If you polled a lot of people about this bracket, I think they would have probably, I bet you the majority of people would have said, oh, it's got to be
I'll be back.
I'll be back. Exactly. And you wouldn't be wrong saying that, but there you go. Let's get to the chopper. I changed it to the 2 A's.
There you go.
There we go. Get to the chopper, the winner of the second March Chadness bracket, the Arnold Schwarzenegger quote bracket. This is going to be a weird one because I don't think we can go back and say we got something wrong because I don't like – there's 32 Arnold quotes. There's not going to be that many more that were like, you know what, that should
little ones like, I'm a cop, you idiot. I'm Detective John Kimball. Stuff like that. Nothing that was going to win.
No, there were a couple I had in from Batman and Robin. It's like, we can't have that many Batman and Robin quotes in it because it's such a bad movie.
Oh, by the way, look what I found.
Hey, there it is, my button. So that's that was my senior year. I looked a little bit better my senior year. Those guns. So
Guns Mahoney over here.
Guns Mahoney, indeed. So that was a fun one, just because like you are obviously the bigger Arnold fan than I am, and you just watch.
Any chance I can get to yell Arnold quotes in my
right? Yeah, you watch more movies I think than I do. And anyway, and as you've gotten older, because you have 2 sons, and your youngest is what, 13, 14, 13,
Yes.
right? Yeah, he's a little bit older than Liam. I have pretty much had my youngest is 7. She's 7. She's the only girl of the 6. But I've almost always had like toddlers around. So I can't just in the middle of the day, like, hey, let's watch movies. You have to, that kind of stuff. So
Grayson just watched Predator for the first time earlier this year. I told my boss, Pete, who we yell Schwarzenegger quotes all the time. And I was like, came in, I go, Grayson got to watch Predator for the first time. He goes, he's finally become a man.
Yeah. Do you like it?
Oh, yeah. It's fantastic.
It is. It's a fantastic movie. Yes. So it was fun though. Like it's like Arnold quotes are fun. We want to do a more kind of a fun one. The stuff with Schwarzenegger movies, the remakes coming out. Not that the Thanksgiving sides would be not fun, but I think what we need to do Thanksgiving this year, we got to take notes and then save them for next year, and then probably get some like of our wives and moms and stuff input. Because Sarah had some pretty strong stances on things, and she was very much that pumpkin pie would not be a side. And I say it is for Thanksgiving and Thanksgiving only, but that's a whole nother show. I don't know. This could be this. Hey, next week you got to tune in and find out, because I do not know what we're going to talk about next week when it comes to the bracket. I have a bunch out there. It's just trying to figure out what's going to be the best for the show for this week. I know we will have before Christmas, sometime in December, we will have a Christmas movie one. And prior to the Christmas movie one, we will have on the show before we do the Christmas movie one, we'll have a segment on what is a Christmas movie. And really, it is Die Hard a Christmas movie. And I'm not going to spoil it, but Nate and I are on the opposite side of this, so you will just have to wait until we get to that point, and then we will probably try. I will probably, I think we need to also like reach out to people we know as much as we can and see what the majority is, because I think the majority of people will say it is a Christmas movie. I want to kind of know where we're at. I'm not going to tell you which side either one of us are on, because that's going to be a few weeks down the line. If you are watching this and you want us to do a bracket on something, comment in the comment section below. We will do whatever. It may be something we have to do later on because we do not know anything about the subject. We have not watched the movie, or one of us hasn't watched the TV show or something like that. So, or it might be something like, hey, do the best St. Louis Cardinals. I'm like, no, we're Cubs fans, so get out of here.
Yeah, not going to happen.
Not going to happen. So they're all bad. So appreciate you checking out, watching it again. Go to fanstreamsports.com. You can check out this episode. You can check out our first episode as well with the sitcoms. You can check all our other great content. We got Fanstream Sports Ohio, Dallas, Tampa. We're going to have more coming your way. We have written content as well, so check all of that out. Follow Nate on X at NateLifters23. Follow me at Chad Ocho Rinko. I did not do any betting shows or DFS shows or fantasy shows this week. It was a crazy week. Basketball started up, helping out my buddy with stuff. So I'm going to be back on it next week with all those shows as well. So if you were looking for that, I apologize. Spoiler alert, my bets were not great this week. So it's a good thing I was not promoting them. So Nate, it was great as always. Thanks for checking us out, and we will see you next week.
Yep. Later, Dick Wads. I had to get one more in there.
Exactly.